Hey, what's good? It's your boy Warren from We Brand You, the place where we help clothing brands start, grow, and scale successful clothing brands past six figures. Okay, so this week's episode is what is email marketing, and it's 7 reasons to use email marketing in your clothing brand strategy in 2022. Okay, so before we jump in to all of the good stuff today, I want to let you know to click the link in the description box below so that you can get a copy and download and purchase our absolute mind-blowing course, scale your clothing brand from scratch to six figures in 30 days. Okay, go and grab that, click the link. I believe it's selling at about £27 right now, but it's about to double and go back to full price, so grab it while you can. So let's jump into today's content and the 7 reasons to use email marketing to grow your clothing brand. Okay, now a lot of people, you'd be surprised, I sit down with a lot of clothing brands and today they don't really understand email marketing and how it can help their actual business grow. So I want to go through a few things. So number 1 is email marketing has a large reach. Okay, you know, with Facebook having over 1 billion active users, Twitter has 250 million, it's easy to believe that social media is the most effective way to sell. Okay, and these are big numbers, but what isn't so frequent in terms of selling is how much people actually see your posts on social media, especially nowadays. Facebook and Instagram, they're making it harder for your posts to be seen. Why? Because they want it to be a pay-to-play platform. They want you to promote through pay-per-clicks and all of this stuff. They want you to spend money to promote your posts. Okay, so organic reach is at an all-time low. So they want you to kind of pay to play, and email marketing, you don't have to pay to play, not unless you're paying for leads. So what I love about email marketing is that if like people like us, marketers, if we have a choice to choose between adding a subscriber to your email list or gaining a new Facebook fan or Instagram follower, a mature marketer would choose an email subscriber every time, and there's 2 reasons why. First is because 90% of email gets delivered to the intended inbox of the recipient, whereas 2% of your Facebook fans will see your post. And like I said, organic post is at a low. So this is because Facebook wants to limit the number of times your posts appear in people's news feeds in attempt to drive brands toward using their paid advertising options. Now, this is a big deal when it comes to getting your messages in front of your, like, a desired audience, like your target audience. On Facebook, if you post an update to like your 10,000 fans, only about 200 of them would actually get a chance to seeing you in their newsfeed. Same with Instagram. But alternatively, if you send an email campaign to 10,000 people, like subscribers that are on your list, at least 9,000 of them will receive it in their inbox. So you can already see the numbers are drastic, okay? You got 10,000 fans on Instagram or followers on Instagram, about 200 of them are going to see your post. If you've got 10,000 subscribers on your list, about 9,000 of them will see your email. So you got far reach. And what I love about it is, what we'll talk about a little bit more later, is that you actually own your email list, whereas you don't own your your follower list on Instagram. You know, if they want to take away your account like that on Instagram, you ain't got that. You ain't got nothing. You have to start from scratch. Whereas no one can take away your email list. You have that forever. You own it. Okay. So this means, like I said before, this means that your message is 45 times more likely to be seen on through email than Facebook. And secondly, your email subscribers have pretty plain simply told you, they want to hear from you when they signed up to your email list. So they've almost given you permission to send them, emails. They're happy unless they unsubscribe. But whilst they are subscribed, they've given you permission to send them. So they do want to hear from you. And email is proven to ensure that your audience gets the message. Like, they're guaranteed going to show up in their inbox. Whether they read it or not, that comes down to, having good subject lines, etc., etc. But at least you definitely know they're going to receive it. Okay, so moving on, email marketing. What I love about email marketing on number 3 on the list is that it drives conversions, and conversions is good. Conversions means people are buying from you. Okay, now most marketers, they're laser focused on driving conversions, making sales, regardless of whatever form they do it in, whether it's gathering leads, getting sales or memberships, or kind of your unique metric that to your business strategy. The ultimate goal for a marketer like you and me is to turn potential customers into paying customers, right? So you want to turn potential customers into paying customers. And when it comes to conversions, there isn't a more powerful channel than email. In fact, the average click-through rate in an email, meaning the average person that clicks when they see the email, they click through, is around 3%, whereas the average click-through rate on Instagram or Twitter is like 0.5%. So this means 6 times more likely to get someone to click through to your website through email than you are on Instagram or Facebook. And as described, as we discussed earlier, your email subscribers have told you that they want to hear from you. And this isn't the typical case with social media. They don't all, they might like your page or follow you, but they haven't given you permission to show up on their timeline all the time, right? They just might like a specific post that you posted, they followed you, and now they've forgotten that they've followed you. So that's what you got to bear in mind. So what we love about email marketing here at WeBrandNew is email is highly measurable, so you can literally see how many people have opened it, how many people have clicked it, how many people, how many times the email has bounced, which means, it hasn't arrived at its destination properly, how many people have forwarded it onto their friends. All of these things can be tracked, which as a marketer gives us a lot of information about our database and our customers and what our customers really want to see. Okay, so number 4, moving on, is email marketing. It has what we call a higher return on investment or a higher ROI. And emails are unmatched when it comes to driving conversions. Like, it makes sense that email is the most effective marketing channel to grow your company, your clothing brand. Like, in fact, email marketing gives you an average of 3,800% return on your investment for every clothing business out there. Meaning, for every £1 you spend, right, to get a lead or on email marketing, or etc., the average return on your investment is £38. So imagine if for every pound you put into your business in terms of marketing, you get back £38. Crazy, right? So if you put in £1,000 today, you're going to get back 38 grand over the next 7 days or however long your marketing campaign runs for. So super duper effective, incredibly effective in terms of email marketing. And that's why nowadays, I don't know whether you've noticed, but there's so many of these big brands that are vying for your email address, right? There's, come and download this freebie, enter your email address here, enter your email address that. And you're probably thinking, why does all these people want my email address so badly? It's because they know these metrics. They know that for every email they get, on average, right, they're going to make back £38 from that email on average, okay? So you'll be a fool not to be capturing everyone's email, especially nowadays when you're building a clothing brand and the industry is so dynamic, so competitive. And most people aren't going down this route. This route is still really unexplored. Like, most people just want to go for the kill. They want to go for the sell, right? So they got a clothing brand, they got some t-shirts, and they just want to, get the sale now. But when you just slow down, you have a little bit more of a long-term strategy. And I'm not talking years, I'm just talking like a few more days. You could capture someone's email today, give away them something for free, capture their email, okay? And then we put them into an automated sequence, and then within the next 7 days, you can get a sale out of that lead, okay, and turn them from a potential customer into a paying customer just within 7 days. We're not talking about months or years, right? And that is how drastic and short-term visioned most clothing brands are nowadays. They just want the sale now. They don't want it in 7 days. They can't even wait 7 days for it. So if you can just have a little bit more of a longer term vision, be able to wait 7 to 14 days after collecting someone's email, and keep sending them emails, then you'll make the money. So think about it like that, okay? So number 5 on the list is email marketing is the preferred communication channel. And what I like to compare it to is social media is like a party, okay? Imagine you go to a party, you go to your like a rave or a club, or your friends having a house party, there's red cups there, music's playing. How often do you start talking about your product and trying to find customers at a party? You don't really, right? Most people are going to be like, what's this dude on? Like, he's just coming up to me talking about his product, trying to get me to buy it. Like, people are going to look at you like a weirdo. And that's probably how most people are looking at you on social media, right? Because social media is like a party. It's a place where people go to socialize. People go on social media to look at cat videos and the latest, thing that happened at the Oscars, or they just go on there for entertainment. They're not really going there to buy anything, okay, or become a fan of anything. They just want a break from their life, so they're going into their social media to to socialize, like stuff, comment, and for fun. So that's like a party, right? You go to a party to socialize, to have a bit of fun, to let your hair down, to escape reality for a little bit. So stop trying to sell in a space where people don't really want to be sold. Whereas email is like an office. It's like a shop. You go to someone's shop. Now they're going to start selling to you because they know that you've come to their shop, and you're obviously there for a reason. You don't go to McDonald's to party. You go to McDonald's because you want a burger, because you're hungry, right? You don't go to the furniture store because you just want to hang out and be entertained. You go to the furniture store because what? You want some furniture. So that's why they start to sell to you, right? It's the perfect environment for the salesperson and potential customer, right? They're both in the place at the right time, at the right spot. So that's what email does for you. Email is a more buying environment. It's a more salesy environment, okay? People are going into their emails looking for opportunities, okay, for whatever reason. It's just a more buying environment. So when you're sending an email to someone's email and saying, come and shop with us and get 20% off versus putting it on social media, you can see already the difference. Social media is that party and you being that annoying guy at the party versus you being a salesman in their emails saying, look, come over, save 20% and shop and get your product today or tomorrow. It's much more going to be received in email, and that is why you can make so much more money through email. Number 6 is that it's a open platform, which basically means businesses, they're constantly investing in social media. But over the past few years, loads of brands have invested millions into like emails, and also they're investing millions into buying large social media followings in order to communicate and engage with their audience. And like I said, they're buying, they really want that large following so that they can entertain and drive some kind of brand loyalty, but they're not using that. They're not necessarily trying to get followers to sell to them. They're just trying to it's better for these brands try and get fans onto their Instagram page, right? So that they can increase brand loyalty. But when you're a clothing brand and you don't have fans and you don't already have a customer base, it's much more better to go down the email marketing route instead of trying to get everyone to follow you. Because that's just a better strategy for brands that are already known, okay? Just to stay in contact with them. And last but not least, 7 is that email marketing will be around forever. I guarantee you that. Why? Do you remember MySpace? What's MySpace? I hear you ask. Exactly, right? The once hot site was MySpace. It was the largest social networking site, I think, in the world between 2005 and 2008. And in June, I think in 2006, it surpassed Google as the most visited website in the States, okay? And yet, where's MySpace today? All those users, they eventually moved over to like Facebook, Twitter, and now MySpace is like the 1,500th most popular website in the United States, something crazy like that. So imagine investing large amounts of money and time to build an audience on a platform only to find out a year later, like they've moved over to TikTok or somewhere else, right? The ability to impact and engage with these people is gone. It's gone. Whereas on the other hand, email has a long history of stability. Like the first email campaign or the first email service went out in like 1980 or 1978. And that was to like a couple people, right? And it's been growing ever since, from the 80s to today. How often do you check your emails? Probably a couple times a day. So I know I do. Do you get what I'm saying? It's not gone nowhere since the 80s. We're talking about like 40 years. It's still around. It's not going it's not going nowhere. And what's worse on top of it not going nowhere is that it's growing. Yeah, it's crazy. So interestingly, like the email space itself has evolved from a time where you needed a developer to build an email to where today you literally just log into Gmail or MailChimp to collect your email addresses of your clients or your potential customers, and then you write the email, and then within a click of a button it goes out to them, right? And building your email list is like it's literally building a social media following. It's easy to just interact with people, get their email addresses, and store them. Now, I'm not going to go into how to build an email address, because it will be here all day, and we go through that in our course. Our Scratch the Six Figure course breaks down how to collect email addresses and the best way to do that by speaking directly to your target audience. And when you know, and we teach you how to craft, we actually craft with you your story, so that when you tell your story, you speak directly to the souls of your potential customers, which just drags them in. It's like, I can't remember what that computer game was, where I think it was Mortal Kombat, where he says, get over here, you throw it out, you throw the rope and you pull them directly to you. And that is how, when you put your story out there, we teach you and we will craft with you how to craft such a compelling story that when you put it out there, it just immediately drags and attracts your ideal customer, right? Where they can't help but buy. They can't help but buy from you. So that's what we go through in the course. Go and click the link in the description box below to go and buy it. The price is going up, so make sure you take advantage of it now. And that's it. If you got value from this podcast, give it a like. It really helps the algorithms. Comment below, let me know what you feel about email marketing. Are you using it? Do you want to use it? Do you need help, or which provider to use, because there's loads of them out there. Let me know your thoughts on email marketing and whether you want to use it, or if you are using it, how you're finding it. Okay, give this video a like and subscribe, as I said, and make sure you catch our next episode every Sunday at 6 p.m. so that you can learn how to start, grow and scale your clothing brand in a way that you want to. So I appreciate the time. If you stay to the end, take care. Peace.